the KRUI News at Noon, brought to you in part by the Daily Iowan. This is KRUI, Iowa City.
It is noon in Iowa City. The temperature is 46 degrees. And for KRUI, this is the latest news with Taylor Brooks and Chris Cervantes. Today's headlines: the Zika virus strikes again, a family's legacy may be tarnished, and Starbucks turns a joke into a PR nightmare.
Just as it all began to calm down, the Zika virus is back with even more frightening results. While scientists previously linked the virus to the mental and physical disability known as microcephaly, it is now believed that fetal infants are facing the dangers of premature birth and other neurological conditions. The disease is now in 30 American states, and doctors speculate and hope that the trial runs for a Zika vaccine will be ready by September this year.
It looks like the political battlefield is starting to get physical. In Albany, a Trump supporter assaulted a protester during the candidate's rally yesterday. Chris, instead of Trump actually doing anything about the attack, he compared the protesters to ISIS. The protester was removed and no serious harm was done to the victim.
If you think that's bad, Taylor, wait till you hear this. In the latest piece of anti-LGBT legislation in the South, the state of Tennessee passed a bill that allows therapists and counselors to reject patients if they felt that they went against their own principles. Both gay rights and mental health advocates are calling for the governor to veto the bill. Governor Haslam has made no move to sign the bill, instead wanting to read the finalized version before deciding. If he does, Tennessee would be the first state in the country to have such a law.
Sticking with the South, after the release of a video showing a Texas teacher slapping a student, Johnson County police slapped the teacher with an arrest. Mary Hastings was caught on video assaulting a student. Little is known about what led up to the confrontation. One witness did state that the student simply was just asking about a grade.
In Louisiana, people are asking, why was Will Smith murdered? Not the actor, but the football player. The former NFL Saints player was shot in New Orleans 3 days ago. Authorities have arrested Cardell Hayes, who has been said to have rear-ended Smith and his wife last Saturday night. Hayes' lawyer denies the accusation, insisting that Smith was the aggressor in the situation. Smith was killed by 6 gunshots to the chest, and his wife was injured with 1 shot to her leg.
Chris, women's basketball fans saw the rise of legendary Pat Smith, 38 years as the University of Tennessee head coach. Her son Tyler Summit seemed to be going in the same basketball direction as the head coach of Louisiana Tech. But as of Thursday, April 7th, the young Summit put in his resignation at the university due to an inappropriate relationship. Reports are now filtering on who exactly that relationship was with. Some people believe it was a player on the team. This is still under investigation. But bringing it back to Iowa City, Chris, Iowa baseball and softball are home tomorrow and Wednesday. Baseball kicks off a 2-game series against the Air Force Academy tonight at 6:05 at Duane Banks Field. Softball faces off against in-state rival Northern Iowa tonight and Drake tomorrow.
Music has had a way of working with people throughout the years, whether it is happiness it brings to people, sadness, or spark of certain memories. Well, tonight at Prairie Lights in Iowa City, 2 men who co-authored a book called We Gotta Get Out of This Place, the soundtrack of the Vietnam War, will be discussing their findings on how music helps soldiers in the war get through their days, and even the recovery process afterwards.
Well, Chris, I know how much you love your music, and I love my music as well, so that will be great here in Iowa City. Well, we have all heard of cribs for infants, but Chris, what about a baby box? The new development is being pushed by Early Childhood Iowa, a group previously known as Johnson County Empowerment. The group is using their yearly $11,000 grant this year by giving parents baby boxes instead of cribs. The baby box is fully equipped with various supplies for a newborn, but most importantly, Early Childhood Iowa wants to prevent parents from rolling over onto their children while sleeping.
Wow, I know it's going to be on my baby shower shopping list. After a grievous mistake on their part, Starbucks is finding that getting back in the public's good graces is one tall order. One Florida man was appalled to find that his name was not written on his coffee order. In its place was written, "Diabetes, here I come." While the barista insists that it was a joke, it was no laughing matter for the customer, who has 2 sisters afflicted with the disease. Starbucks representatives insist that they do not condone the insulting of their customers.
Definitely not a smart move by Starbucks, but something has finally happened, Chris. The full trailer of the new Harry Potter movie, Fantastic Beasts, was revealed. This time, fans got a much closer look into the 1920s New York and the new wizarding world. There's even some Potter-themed music and magic from John Williams in the trailer.
Taylor, as a former Harry Potter lookalike champion, I am ecstatic to hear about this trailer.
Honestly, don't tell anyone, but you're a lot more handsome than Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, thank you. Finally, a quick look at the weather forecast for Iowa City. The temperature is supposed to reach up to 53 degrees with not a cloud in the sky. This is just the beginning of a beautiful week and the beginning of my flip-flops coming out again. For KRUI News, this is Chris Cervantes and Taylor Brooks.